Hi. Hi. Gah. Just got done raiding in retail. Eight and 9 heroic. Cleared Echo of Neltharion. Pretty fun, boss. I like it. Everyone who died kind of sucked. And when I died, I sucked and could have prevented it by pressing like 8 different buttons, but alas. Also, our healers kind of suck, so they weren't alive to heal me. I'll blame it on that. Now we did some Sarkareth pulls, and we're 58%. That's also something, if you die, you're back. I don't know how people are fucking dying on that, I'll be honest. That shit was easy as fuck.
Be careful.
That shit was easy as fuck. And then people were dying for whatever the fuck reason. Because our guild's not very good. And we're supposedly 10 to 15 eye level below what we're supposed to be at. But that's like what the mythic raiders are doing. That we're on heroic. Someone said that and I was like, I didn't have all the facts yet, but I knew they were probably wrong, and they were.
I've come to find out how rampant the effects of fell moss are throughout Darkshore. The corruption of Teldrassil and our surrounding lands really concerns the druids of the Cenarian Circle and all night elves. It is my goal to find out why this has happened and to put an end to it. These will do nicely, adventurer. I shall set to work on the cloak immediately. Give me a few moments, then return to me. Oh, one more thing. After you've used the enchantment on the cloak, you'll be limited in your interactions with others. If you can help it, do no more than speak to others. Much more than that could dispel the illusion. The cloak is complete, adventurer. The time has come to find Volcor. I can only hope we are in time. The cloak's magic, once invoked, will not last long, perhaps 5 minutes. It will be up to you to know when to use it. I would suggest waiting until you find Grimclaw. If what he has told me is true, you will find his master in a cave south of here. Grimclaw will be alongside the road waiting for you. Signal to him by waving when you see him, and he'll point the way towards his master.
I will do so. Rough grinding stone. To level up my blacksmithing. What are these even used for? Literally doesn't even look like it's used for anything. What is it even fucking used for? Regent for, oh. It's a regent for stuff. Reagent. Save 10. I only need to save 10, it says. Oh, I can go try Mark Deep. I'll try that. Since I think it's pretty easy. I mean, it was easy, there were just people everywhere. Like it literally spawns like 3 12 ads and then 2 17s. Here we go. The smartest guys around are about to break it down like they've won the game a million times. Well, actually, they didn't really win the game at all.
Survivor know it all.
Survivor know it all. Steven and Rob, without a doubt, got the game all figured out. They know it all. How's this guy? Oh.
They know it all. They're back here to talk with you here tonight. I'm Rob Sestrino, back with Stephen Fishback. Stephen, how are you?
Great. Hollywood Rob Sesternino slumming it with the Daily Podcasters here back in the
Why do you call
Pod
me
Mines.
Hollywood when I went to Toronto?
Well, Toronto Rob Sesternino does not have quite the same ring.
Is that the Hollywood of Canada?
It's the Hollywood
You
of the
film
world.
a lot of things there, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It could be. Yeah, it's like sort of like the Canadian Hollywood.
That in Vancouver, I feel like.
Yeah.
One of the two Hollywoods of Canada. Anyway, so back here with Stephen Fishback. Thank you so much to Dr. Evie Jagoda for filling in. They did a great job with
They
you
were
last week.
fantastic.
This is not a surprise to me.
Yeah. No, I mean,
No.
me neither. I mean, you know, just
Evie's great on podcasts, so thanks to Evie for coming in and filling in for me. We had a great time seeing all the fans that came out for our sold-out show in Toronto, but I'm so excited to be back here, right here with you, Steven, to talk about as the stage is set for the final 5 going into the finale of what has been a very fun season, Survivor 44. Steven, how are you tonight?
I'm great. So this morning I made my prediction for the final 6, which last season at this point I was predicting that Jesse would win. So that didn't turn out so hot for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be wrong again. Like Jamie was my final 6 boot pick, and for the first 40 minutes I was like, there's no way it's Carolyn. You know, they're not getting rid of Carolyn. This is a total misdirect. And then that tribal council comes, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm wrong already. Like they did such a good job. The Survivor.
They did such a good job. Yes.
Total misdirection. I was 100% fooled.
I really was starting to feel like, oh my god, well, like this is big. This is big. We're gonna get a Carolyn boot here at the final 6.
That would have been huge.
Yeah, it would have been huge. You know, it ends up being Jamie. We'll have our exit interview here with Jamie coming up.
You're
on
joking
Thursday.
me.
You know,
I
a little
literally
unfair
could
to
have
Jamie
tagged
that her
it,
boot
dude.
Episode ends up being, oh my god, thank God it wasn't Carolyn. Oh my god, I was so nervous. I was so nervous it was gonna be Carolyn.
Dude, I almost had it. I wonder if.
Like they really made, you know, a silk purse out of a sow's ear, as the saying goes. You know, in terms of taking a somewhat predictable boot, especially when Lauren won immunity, it did seem like it was going to be a pretty straightforward Jamie.
Yeah.
And making it, you know, adding some real drama there at the end.
Well, I have so many things about this that I want to talk through with you in terms of decisions that were made at this vote and some, you know, questionable things that we heard from the players in the episode. So we'll talk all that through. Of course, we're taking your questions here in this podcast, so post them in the chat. We will get to them later on in the show. I mentioned the exit interview I'll have with Jamie, talk with Plant Lady coming up on Thursday morning. And then, very excited for your friend and mine, Owen Knight, will be joining me for the recap coming up on Thursday late afternoon, and then on Monday night I will have Mike Bloom back for the final feedback show of the regular season. In backstage for the show, Sam Moore said this is the last 1-hour episode of Survivor we're going to get for the foreseever future.
Forever. Wow.
Maybe
that's
forever.
Wild. Gosh, it's been so much. Should we just have a retrospective of what, cue a flashback of 1 hour episodes of Survivor, what it's meant to us?
We'll rank, if next pandemic, we'll rank the top 400 1-hour episodes of Survivor. But anyway, a little bit of a historical footnote maybe that Survivor moves to 90 minutes in the fall. We didn't really get to, the chance to talk about that. I don't know if you came up on the podcast last week. I don't think so.
No.
But Steven, how are you feeling about this? Is this going to be your retirement from the
an extra 30 minutes on my bed? It might be it for me. Not just an extra 30 minutes, because you got to think if it's...
And then you got to talk about stuff.
Maybe we can talk... If we can talk 50% faster, the podcast, the same in the
Yeah, we'll work on that over the summer.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Steven, okay, it ends up being Jamie as the boo. We saw Jam really consider, and we have to think this wasn't just posturing for television, correct? That Jam seemed to really consider voting out Carolyn. I mean, he talked about it in confessionals. I don't know why he would lie to us. He talked about it with Carson one-on-one. So it does feel like that this was something that Jam very strongly considered.
Yeah, I did. I mean, at first I just thought that it was, he was selling a bag of stories to Lauren and Jamie. But then it did seem like, and of course, like in confessional, you're a little suspicious because, they always get the question, like, well, just tell me why it could be Carolyn. I know you're not going to vote Carolyn. Just give me the reason why you would vote Carolyn. Especially when you're a great storyteller like Jam or Carson. They go to those people for the, give me the hypothetical that they can then put in the episode afterwards for I don't know who it's going to be, even if you already know who it's going to be. That said, there was a lot of that, and I did think that he seemed to really be considering the possibility that maybe Carolyn was the biggest threat to him left in the game. But here's my question about that, Rob. If that was why wouldn't it be Carson? It really does seem like Carson is the bigger threat between Carolyn and Carson. If Jam was going to take out one Tika, why wouldn't it be Carson?
I feel like that Carolyn might be offering a different skill set than Carson might be. I feel like that Carson, just as a young person, especially as a young man, I feel like that they have not traditionally performed well in the final tribal council. And while people might feel like, okay, well, they really like Carson, I just think that Jam's resume is so strong, and I feel like that maybe some people feel like that they had to take care of Carson at different points in the game.
Right.
So Carson, I do think is a very strong player, but for whatever reason, Jam does not seem particularly worried about beating Carson in the finals.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I mean, should we talk about Jam's decision? Should he have taken out Carolyn?
I would love to.
Jamie?
Yeah, does it make sense? Because I feel like on paper, it seems like a pretty open and shut case of, the Tikas should stay together here on this vote. But Jam did raise the specter of Carolyn is an incredible fire maker. Not necessarily something that we have seen much of on the show. I do wonder if we could see a Carolyn versus Carson potentially in the final four fire making. So that Jam wants no part of Carolyn at 4. And so in that case, I don't know why maybe he doesn't feel like that she's a good person to take out at 5, but it seems like that he was really thinking about her here at 6. I do think that's something that the show is not giving us, that when we get to do the exit interviews with people, I will not be surprised if we end up hearing that when we say to Jam, what was the thing that you were surprised we didn't see in the show? I think that it may end up being that Jam and Heidi were closer than we ultimately ever got to see on the show.
That's really interesting. I mean, it does seem like Heidi is pretty definitively working with that group. But why do you say that? I mean, for Heidi, that's a pretty sweet spot for her, is to be in the fourth of the Tikas, where if they all want to turn on each other at the final 4, she's going to have maybe a smoother path into that final 3, and maybe from her perspective,
this is not worth it.
Hey, this is how I'm going to differentiate myself. I'm going to be sitting next to 2 Tikas. That's great.
Well, I think there's a couple of clues that we've gotten over the course of the season. I mean, I think that Jam talked about that one of his final 3s was him Heidi,
yeah.
and Carolyn. We saw that Heidi was the one that told Jam Jam about Danny had the idol. Heidi also said to Jam Jam, or about Jam Jam earlier in the season, that people don't know this, but I have a sweet spot for Jam Jam on the vote where she ultimately used Lauren's vote against Jam Jam, but really just to start the Ratus going against Matt, to give the appearance that she
Let
was
him
trying to save Matt at that vote. Also, that they also share the background of both, hailing from Puerto Rico, which I feel like is probably a big bond between the two of them. So I just feel like that. I think that we are just, for whatever reason, not getting it on the show. But I get the feeling that Jam Jam and Heidi are closer than the show is telling us.
Yeah, I believe that. I do believe that. I mean, this sort of like idea that Heidi.
Oh,
Go ahead.
also, and then last week where Danny wanted to vote for Jam Jam, and Heidi was like, "Well, it would be hard to vote for Jam Jam." Danny's like, "Well, it was hard for me to vote for Franny."
Yeah. Yeah. But it's interesting. I mean, so why? But what is the relevance of that this week?
That I feel like that maybe Jam Jam is feeling like, okay, well, if I take out Carolyn, I have Heidi, who maybe he does not see as a big final 3 threat, and so he could get Heidi to vote with him in whatever direction. Where if they took out Carolyn potentially this week, him and Heidi and Carson could potentially go against Lauren and Jamie at the final 5.
It does seem like there's no love lost between Heidi and Lauren and Jamie, and so it's great for those. I mean, it's great to be the Tikas in that middle spot where you have these two fractured groups on either side, and they both want to work with you because they both now want to sneak into the final 4. I mean, this is both the virtue and the problem of a final 4 fire making, where there's so much less pressure on people to turn on the big power players, because they're like, well, I can like sneak in via that fourth spot into the final 4, and then it's anyone's game. Yeah, I mean, I think for Jam Jam, this is my guess. Like, I think he probably maybe thinks he can beat Carolyn in the end, but B, I think Jam Jam's thing is self-preservation. Like, how do I make it there as well as win? Mm-hmm. And if he votes out Carolyn, who's a power player, there seems to be a lot more opportunities for other people to vote him out, right? If there's still the Tika 3, then like he's got still his little power cluster that can like bully their way to the end. But if he takes out Carolyn, suddenly it's him. Carson's got bonds with Lauren and Jamie. Lauren and Jamie are as sizable a block as Steve and Carson are at that point. And
Okay, this is okay. No, it's a quick escape. It looks like.
Oh, sorry, adventurer. Now's not a good time. I hope you understand. Wonderful. Terent has found someone to help me. And look, a Moonstalker cloak. Oh, that hurts. Thank you, adventurer. The Furbogs wounded me before I managed to evade them. Give me a moment, and I should be fine to talk some more. All right then. If you're sure, we'll sneak out of here. Let us leave when you're ready. Remember, after you escape,
that was
meet
so
Terent
easy.
back in Aberdeen.
I kind of feel
I'll
bad.
head there on my own, since I'll probably be moving faster than you.
I think I just like yoinked that from him, but it was super easy. Or go harder than Simeon.
And then, you know, depending on
Yeah.
what the relationship with Heidi is, like suddenly like things are much more in flux instead of that Tika 3 bond.
I don't think he made the wrong move tonight. I think that he did make the correct call to, you know, to move forward. But I think he's probably looking at it of one, Carolyn just made the big move to make the
Right.
idol play, and you know how the survivors think of.
What brings you here? A shot from
"25 minutes for him to respawn, holy fuck." We're going to Ashenvale. Ooh. That's kind of scary. Ashenvale is scary. Grind to level 20. I'm way ahead of this guide. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm in Ashenvale. I'm scared. Level 19. Who can guess what Survivor season I was watching while I was leveling in ASHENVALE on my classic character? If you guessed... Season 11 Guatemala, you're right. I hate this music.
Anybody who just makes the move, now it's like, oh my God, this person is the new biggest threat. So if I take that person out, then I will be the person who took out the person who did the big thing. And so I need to do that. Also, I think that he has been with Carolyn the whole time. I think he knows that she can, on the big stage, perform, and that she is somebody, maybe the one person who could outshine him on a stage like that. And so I think that he knows that she has a great story also, that she could potentially. So I think that he is rightfully scared of her in the final three, but I just feel like that this might have been an overthink to do anything different than what they did tonight.
I just think, again, like, I mean, like Danny last week said, you know, if Carson's there at the end versus my clone, I'm going to vote for Carson. You know, there was that scene where Carolyn said I have to take out Carson eventually because, you know, I can't beat Carson at the end. Wasn't there a scene with like Heidi, Jamie, and Carolyn this week, or it was 3 people talking about how like Carson was basically unbeatable?
Yeah, but Carolyn was sort of just like lying through her teeth.
Right? No, of course. But she also separately in a confessional said like she had to turn on Carson eventually, but now is not the time. So
putting my racial on my bar because I'm fairly certain that there's like there's some quest like down here with invisible mobs.
I mean, I really think like the Carson threat is, I feel like, being
43 people in ASHENVALE.
I mean, it's hard because you have really, from with all due respect to the other players, the 3 Tikas, each of them would be a great winner, and I think that each of them would be great in the final 3. And we don't typically have alliances like that, Steven, where all of the people in a small alliance, we think they would all be good at the final 3. And we would be very lucky as Survivor fans to get to, I don't think it will happen, but we would be very fortunate. It might be the best final tribal council we've ever seen to have the Tika final 3.
Do you think, Carson goes out at Fire Truther?
I think so. I do believe so.
Just because, I mean, it really has gotten excessive with like the fire.
Balthul's letter is dire. This cult of the Dark Strand is a thorn in my side that must be removed. I have been dealing with some of the Dark Strand scum northeast of here at Ordal Aaron. One of their number possesses a soul gem that I believe holds the secret to God's power. Bring it to me, and I will be able to decipher the secrets held within.
There is a plant that once grew in the old ruins of Bathran's haunt to the north. The plant was called Bathran's hair and was known to cure ailments of the spirit. There is a sick child in the village, and I believe it is more than just a physical illness. Will you go to Bathran's haunt and search it for Bathran's hair? I may need it to properly treat the child. Bathran's haunt lies north of Maestra's post and just south of the border to Darkshore.
I am very scared. Why is there nothing in this field? I guess there's deer. Did I ding? Not yet. Level 24 mage here. This is a hard quest to be. They think I should be level 19 here. I would not want to do this as level 19. see that? There was like a huge bit.
That's still recharging. That's still ready.
Fuck. Dude, those spawns were absurd. Those I need to be very careful of. Just used a health pot. I don't think I can loot that.
I can't trust that yet.
I need to be way more vigilant. Why do they do
That's
this?
still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Dude, that is scary. I can get like literally, if I get a bad spawn, I can just... Okay, physical abilities. All physical abilities and spells. Okay, yeah, they was like that. I literally used Bop and I was still taking damage. And that was really scary.
It's too far away.
Because I had a... One glowing shard, please. Did that guy really get one? This is just so risky. Like, luckily I have like light years to run and I am not afraid of running into anything. But just one of these things spawn with their guy on top of me, like I could be in trouble. I can kill like this. But when they have, if another spawns on me, that is scary as fuck. Thank God there's this other person here.
That's still recharging.
It's a fucking crit.
I can't trust that yet.
What was that? I thought there was something going stealth on me. Just use that. And it wasn't even that guy because he's a warrior, right? Doesn't make sense. Dang. Yes! Work freaking complete. You run 8% faster now. Here's a heal there, buddy. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Alright, I'm interested. There's gotta be mobs over here, right? How are they not? How do I not have a quest for this? Okay, C1. Okay, they're green. Getting a little too cocky. Oh my god, that's insane. Yeah, I gotta watch out for the thugs. It's actually a lot of... The thugs pat is what's I should be most worried of.
That's still recharging.
The bad news is no one's here. The good news is there's no one to steal my drops. Oh. There's literally a guy right there. girl. Just let this guy heal. I can't see anything. Oh my god. We're done. That was really risky. I didn't want to say anything. Felt so fucking risky, bro. I was literally walking just through mobs.
Reflection in the glasses every
Whew.
week.
Got my heart pumping a bit.
And I do think that with Carolyn, that little chestnut about how she is so good at the fire, I do feel like that potentially we could see Carolyn being the person to take out Carson, to basically take out her baby in the game.
Wow.
That would
That'd
be
be a
very
powerful
emotional.
moment.
It would be a very powerful moment. So we'll see if we get that coming up next Wednesday night. I want to talk about the Heidi and her idol play here
It's
tonight.
such a sad moment. Such a sad. Like, I'm here too. I'm a part of this as well.
Yes. How bad was the idol play from Heidi? Now, Jamie and Lauren were throwing her name out there. I do feel like that Carolyn was expecting for Jamie and for Lauren to vote for Heidi. I think that Carolyn, when she turned and gave a what the F at the tribal council, I do think that she was not expecting to see her name come up. So I think that she was pushing for, so Heidi's name was out there at least as a decoy, but Jamie and Lauren were not biting. Heidi ultimately wastes her idol. She could use it at the final 5. I also had seen Brian Scally on Twitter tweeted out that Heidi should be playing her idol for Jamie if she knows Jamie is going out at this vote.
With then Carolyn, I mean, that would be such a power move. I mean, I just think there's like, it's so hard to build. That's a very interesting idea. The idea that he would save Jamie, Carolyn would then end up going home. And then theoretically those
There's
three,
a tower
that would be
over
a
here
real
that
power
I
move for her, right?
I don't know if this is alluding to that. I really hope it's not, because I don't want to go in there. It's so scary.
Hugely elevated her to that
Ill-crewed
level.
mag
You
throw.
know, she's
Yes, I
angered
have knowledge of him.
My God, I
He is
get
a
Jamie and
powerful
Lauren, it's not like
orc
they're going to
warlock
suddenly
that
be
makes
friends
his
with her. They're going to
residence
be like,
at
no,
the
you just
Fire
like,
Star Shrine.
Well, so
place
what?
of
Do
great
Jamie
evil
and
in
Lauren want to
southwestern
go to the?
Ashenvale.
You want to go to
He
the
had
final
been
3 with
little more
Carson
than
now?
an
You want to go to the
annoyance
final
until
3?
now,
There's only 5
and
of
I had
them.
not
Like,
dealt with him.
pick
but
your
I don't.
poison.
You wouldn't want to
His
do it
time
with the
has
one one
Oh.
who just made the big spectacular play.
What,
to
did-
get
You think
Isla
that would make
Karen.
Heidi the bigger threat than Jam Jam or Carson
It's
at
just
that
like the
point?
more immediate. Like Jam Jam doesn't have any like big plays.
Oh,
You
I
know?
think Jam Jam is the biggest jury threat.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I
Yeah.
think I agree with you, but I'm just saying it would immediately put the spotlight on Heidi.
Because to me, Jam Jam, he's the Goldilocks of Tika.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
I feel like that you have between Carson and
That looks way
Carolyn.
too hard.
Sometimes like too hot and too cold, and Jam Jam is just right.
That's very funny. That's a very good. That's a good bit. And is this? Are you breaking that out for the first time here?
Second time.
Okay, what was the first time? I missed it.
Well, I know how you listen.
Forsaken are at Bathron's haunt. Very troubling to hear, that is. Very troubling indeed. Adventurer, I have created a cure that I believe will help the afflicted child. Take it to Astranar and give it to the child's parent, Pelturus Whiteman. To reach Astranar, follow the road south, then east.
Listen to all of my podcasts.
I thought I did.
Yes.
Now I know that there's one I missed.
Yeah.
It must. Anyway, so yeah, no, it's very interesting. That would be such a smart play, but again, like those, there's just no. That's just not happening, right? Like Tiki is in the middle of that group. I think if you're Heidi, yeah, like your name is out there. Your name has always been out there. If you can get rid of, I mean, especially with Lauren, who allegedly is a big threat. She's got immunity, which means like the target is going to probably be on her next time. If you're Heidi, you can I think it's fine. I mean, it's not going to win any votes for her. But,
but don't you think Heidi could have also? Tell me if you think that the Survivor players would see through this. If Heidi even like revealed that she had now she has an idol. She went looking for an idol. If she got people thinking that like, oh, she found the idol, doesn't that at least give her implicit immunity, to borrow a term from the Survivor Global podcast? And that people would not cast their vote for her here at the final 6, and then she can play that idol for real at the final 5.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting idea because it is true people are hesitant to play to vote for
It's not
you.
like that this group of 5 was going to be able to split the votes.
Right, and like especially at 6, you really can't screw it up. I mean, you said at every vote along the way, you really can't screw this one up. But like at 6, it's like there's no real room to maneuver. It's like you're messing up your whole end game plan if you get that vote wrong. That's a really interesting idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you feel like that there was a new idol out there and they just didn't find it?
I'm not out on them not finding another idol. I mean, there's, I mean, that's the other reason for Heidi to play it. It's like I play it now, I can find it again.
And then the Survivors, this is, I kind of feel like is a little bit, this defeat the purpose of that the Survivors showed up at Tribal Council with all of their stuff because they know that, the final 5, you're going to go and live at a new camp. And so the Survivors like, all right, well, we'll just take all of our stuff. And so we're going on a field.
They still have to build a new camp. Although, do these guys even have a shelter? Like they just lie on this.
Do you think
sand?
they're building a new camp for 3 days?
Yeah, dig a fire pit.
There is evil
They'll
lurking on
dig
the northwestern coast, known as the Zoram Strand. It is the resting place of the doomed city of Zoram, destroyed during the Sundering and submerged beneath the seas. It has been lost to the Night Elves for ages, lost and nearly forgotten. Now the Naga have returned, and for what reason we do not know. Hello, adventurer. You seem to be full of wanderlust by the looks of you. Have you been to the Stone Talon Mountains? It is a land plagued by the Venture Company and other enemies of the Night Elves. Recently, Sentinel Wolfrunner sent my friend Kayla Shadowspear there to investigate what's happening to the land. But I have yet to hear word back from her. I'm even more concerned because the Alliance sent a gnome mage along with her. A sign of trouble for sure. Would you find her and report back to me?
The forest spirits tell me you are brave and willing to travel. To the south, not far from Mistral Lake, there lies a tunnel named the Talon Deep Path. Through this tunnel you will come to an area known as Windshear Crag in the Stone Talon Mountains. Once there, journey to the southwest past Cragpool Lake and then north, up the steep slope until you reach Stone Talon Peak. There awaits Keeper Albagorm. Heed his bidding person. The journey will be perilous.
I know these forests as if they were a part of me, but know that there is still much to be learned from them and much danger still hidden. Ah, the adventurer from Dark Shore. Solarin has done well to send you here so quickly, adventurer. Del Nadris. Adventurer, a longtime friend of mine, is also aiding the Sentinels here in Ashenvale, but he has yet to return. He had leads on finding an item that he thought could slow the Furbolg attacks on our people. A rod created by a now-dead evil wizard. Before he left here, he mentioned seeking out a gem for the rod. He mentioned the gem possibly being hidden at the shrine in Lake Falathim at the base of the mountain to the west. The gem was being held there before it was overrun. Find my friend, adventurer, please. Directly to the north of Astranar are the Thistlefur Furbolg. My scouts report that their numbers have grown greatly over the past few months. If they grow too great, they may find the courage to attack Astranar directly. Kill as many of their kind as you can, but bring me their chieftain's skull as proof that their efforts have been stifled.
No shot I can do that.
I shall remain here in Astranar and await word from you. Elune be with you.
Peace be with you. This is from Orendil. His skill with herbs and healing is great. This cure gives me hope, when before I had little.
Okay, that was annoying. Dude, she isn't even wearing it. Oh, it's skin color. What the frick?
I'm listening. This is from Orendil. His skill with herbs and healing is great. This cure gives me hope, when before I had little. I had hoped Orendil's cure would save Raylara, but I fear it only slowed the disease running through my child. We must find more powerful medicine. Thankfully, Orendil spoke to me of further remedies to try should his first one fail. Elune's tear is a type of stone that rests in only one place, the isle on Iris Lake, east of Astranar. Orendil said the stone will wash away corruption. Please, adventurer, bring me Elune's tear.
All right.
And pray it will end my child's sickness.
My goods are of the highest quality.
Fortnite battle axe. I just shit out my ass.
ASHENVALE. Greetings. Farewell.
Vishnu Allah. ASHENVALE.
My goods are of the highest quality. Good luck, friend.
I don't know if there's good luck.
What brings you here? May the stars guide you.
Okay, possible strategies. I kind of want to go to Stormwind to put stuff in the bank. I don't even think they have an anvil here.
How may I help? Del Natres.
Yeah, they probably don't.
My goods are of the highest quality.
What brings you here? Farewell. My goods are of the highest quality. Good luck, friend.
If I fly here, I can turn in that quest. And then I can go to God, it's so hard to get to Stormwind. Okay, here's the issue, everyone. This add-on only goes to this far. So I have to buy one, which I've done multiple times before, and I honestly don't have a problem doing.
Your body looks worn and your spirit weary. Rest yourself beneath our roof and allow Elune to guide your dreams.
Because it's just so much more fun. Dude, it's not even out yet. The fuck? Are you kidding me right now? Okay, I'm just like thinking, where should I set my hearth? I probably should set my hearth to here. Maybe. I'll set
Your
it.
body looks worn and your spirit weary.
I mean, it's just at
Rest yourself beneath our
Aberdeen
roof
right
and allow
now.
Elune to guide your dreams. Where would you like to fly to?
I'll probably do this off
Where the
stream.
stars
Ishnuala.
Adventurer, I'm pleased to see you've returned successfully. Your assistance to Volcor has given me faith that we can overcome the challenges facing us here in Darkshore and beyond.
Farewell.
I don't want to do that.
Interest you on a pint?
Very good.
I don't wanna die. Sometimes I'm gonna. Mining 70. I'm not gonna make it.
Well, first, well.
Greetings.
See, like, I could just level somewhere, but it's like gonna make it so much more inefficient with me not knowing what to do, as well as
Hello. Have a good one.
like I don't even know what zone to go in. Like I jumped from like zone to zone like so often. Oh my god, you know what I could do? I could go do deadmines. I might do that.
Can I help you?
Pathways. Oh my god.
For the Alliance.
Dude, I love that I found that guy.
Where would you like to fly to?
Be careful.
No, no, no.
Okay. For context, it's a video called Road Raging Racist Rams into Wall on Freeway. What is that launch angle? Oh, nice. We gotta do that. I'm gonna explore, because this looks awesome. Get these books. Wow, this is so cool. There's so many books that you can read. So awesome.
You got my attention.
Ah, a copy of the powers below. An interesting text this is, and some might find it useful. But this one's in sad shape. And look here, there are notes in the margin of almost every page. I know this copy. I sold it to Bolgar last year. Are you a friend of his? Yes, I thought you were. You have that same fire behind your eyes. Well, by definition, a friend of Bolgar's is a friend of mine. And we take care of our own, yes? As you might know, I collect lore. Oh, lore. Powerful lore. Lore that opens doorways, and lore that can awaken those who sleep. There are rumors of an old piece of lore, the Lorgalis manuscript.
Alright,
at the
stop
bottom of
talking about your lore. It's enough. Imagine if I just died going in that thing. Just like a shark. Where's Ja? Or actually, where is the bank? Hello.
What do you need directions to? The bank? Oh, you mean the vault! No safer place to store your valuables than the vault. You'll find it just northeast of the entrance to Ironforge.
This is so cool. I've never like explored places like this. It's so awesome. Paladin trainer? Dude, I haven't talked to a trainer in forever. I honestly forgot that I could do that.
Well, the light be with you, adventurer. How can I help you?
Keep your feet on the ground.
The light be with you, adventurer. How can I help you?
Seal of Justice. Fill the paladin with the spirit of justice for 30 seconds, giving each melee attack a chance to stun for 2 seconds. Unleashing the seal's energy will judge an enemy for 10 seconds, preventing them from fleeing. Your melee attacks refresh the spell's duration. Might be useful.
Safe travels.
Don't mind me just bopping. I cannot. Don't fall into the fire. Don't fall into the fire. The bank. Oh, you mean the vault?
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Off with you.
Off with ya.
No.
What's on your mind?
I can't put that there.
Watch your back.
was no one in Ironforge. There's literally people right there. Is chat down right now or something? Alright, I think that's our next task then. Max level's 26. This guy's saying 21 minimum. Maybe I could do wailing caverns actually. Should I do that? I don't even know how to get to the Barrens. Oh, I'd have to walk through Stone Talon Mountains. $23 ret for wailing caverns. Maybe I should do wailing caverns first, but this guy's 23 and that one's easier than deadmines. I also need to figure out
What do you need directions to? Which profession trainer would you be looking for? Are ye really asking me where the blacksmith is? Have ye not heard of the Great Forge? All our best blacksmiths gather there to craft their weapons and armor. It's dead smack in the middle of Ironforge. And that's where you'll find one of our most brilliant blacksmiths, Bengus Deepforge. What do you need directions to? Which profession train? Well,
that was pretty awesome interaction. So I cannot believe that I was just sprinting. It's so dangerous to sprint here because of the lava.
Well, you there. If you want to earn the respect of the dwarves of Ironforge, then you can start by donating valuable resources. Ironforge finds itself running low on cloth piece. Textiles and bandages don't grow on trees, you know. Rather than cash in various cloth pieces you find adventuring, donate them. Doing so will earn you the recognition of the dwarven people of Ironforge.
Here there. Up with you.
Up with you. Wow, that's kind of interesting. They're headquartered downstairs. They don't have a downstairs door. You have to go up the stairs, then down the stairs to get in.
Hell.
You know more than I do, that's a certainty. Tell you what, though, go talk with me, Da. He'll want you to prove yourself, but he is a fine teacher indeed. His name's Rockgath, and you'll find him near the anvils working steel for old Bengus.
I need it 65 so I can get these.
Watch your back.
How are... I'm sorry, lass, but you just don't have the foundation to learn what I have to teach. But don't fret, go speak with my student, Rockgath. He'll help you out. Greetings, person. You bothered me for that. You'd be better off strapping a dead rabbit to your back and running through a troll's den than wearing that piece of garbage.
The one thing is, so for deadmines, I did have that follow-up, or for the my paladin quest, I have a follow-up, I think, that's in deadmines. So I might have to do the paladin quest first, but that is like really effing scary. So maybe I'll do like wailing caverns first.
The Wildhammer dwarves might have fast steeds. But can those airy peaked griffins stand the heat of the Great Falls? I think not.
What do I need to do right now?
Good day to you.
I should really
Very
just
well
put
then.
those in a bank.
The Wildhammer dwarves might have fast steeds, but can those
I'm
airy
going
peaked
to
griffins
fly
stand the
to
heat of the Great
Stormwind.
Falls? I think not.
And then tomorrow I think I might run some dungeons, so that's exciting. Very exciting. I'm gonna call it there. We'll just finish this flying. Should have just done this tomorrow or some shit. I'll fly. I think I need to do like an attunement to do deadmines, which is kind of insane. I'll do that tomorrow. And then we're Gucci. Gucci.
Welcome to the Bank of Stormwind. We offer financial accounts and safety deposit boxes for valuable items. Do you already have an account with us, ma'am?
Like the promise. Oh, I don't know if I explained this. So basically, I'm trying to use this guide because I like using guides. It makes my experience more fun. And this, I literally would buy it. It's only like $20. It's not a big deal, but it says it's like a pre-order. So the hardcore guide isn't even out yet. They have like a normal Alliance Classic guide, but that is like this. I guess I could. Like, this is pretty much the same. It doesn't really look that much different for hardcore mode, to be honest. Like, it even says this stuff is very difficult. So maybe I could just go with the non-hardcore guide. Cause like the hardcore one isn't out yet. And I wanna keep playing, but I'm gonna probably do like wailing caverns or deadmines tomorrow. So I won't really need the guide for that, but we'll see. Alright, man. Level 22. Level 22. Might be hitting some dungeons tomorrow. And the thing is, I'm gonna have to do that quest. Before I do deadmines, at least, I do need to like do my paladin quest. Because I have to go into deadmines to do it. Or I have to go. Yeah, I have to go into deadmines for part of that quest, and I can only go in there once, as per hardcore rules. But I was hoping I would be a higher level. Cause it's like, could be scary. I'll just watch some videos on how to do it to make sure I'm confident. But yep, see ya later.